said, boy, hold this. Told my cousin you better run. Last time he poked fun at me, got my with a tree. Wow, son of a gun, pay for all I done. Swear they'll get us here, 'cause I ain't done just yet. Yeah, went full drive, blue lights lit up my brown eyes. I just tried to play cool. Cop said, boy, you're just a fool. Cuffed and stuffed me in the trunk. Next time I won't get so. Son of a gun, pay for all I've done. Swear they'll get us there, 'cause I ain't done just yet. Had a load of fun on my parents' couch, trying to figure out what love's about. Mom came busting through that door. What? No more. Kick that girl out in the street. Next time I'll be more discreet. Why, son of a gun, pay for all I've done. Well, they'll get us here, 'cause I ain't done just yet.
all anybody's ever said about me. And yeah, I like you cut loose, too. You might think I chose this way of living now, but it chose me. You can hear me coming with a 6-2 humming, Guns N' Roses bumping through a 12-inch floor. I don't need me nothing but a spot out in the country. I smile when they say that I ain't me anymore. Ain't a thing changed round here but the money. You try to mix it up, but let me tell you something. Same in my Dixie, same rowdy bunch with me. I'll be laid up in the dirt before you ever take it from me. So take the boy out the truck, take the boy out the mud, put him up in a PJ, he'll still try to get them 40 stuck. So line him up, turn it up and keep it running. Say whatever you want, but I'm anything but new to country. Without a doubt, I've been around. Yeah, everybody knows my name when I show up now. And I've been from New York to LA and every place in between, but they don't do it like we do it in my hometown. 'Cause ain't a thing changed round here but the money. You try to mix it up, but let me tell you something. Same in my Dixie, same rowdy bunch with me. I'll be laid up in the dirt before you ever take it from me. So take the boy out the truck, take the boy out the mud, put him up in a PJ, he'll still try to get them 40 stuck. So line him up, turn it up and keep it running. Say whatever you want, but I'm anything but new to country.
of a mortal, that's so typical. Body of Adonis, that's so typical. Tail like a god, that's so typical. And he's still modest, so typical. Don't wanna talk about it, so cynical. So cut it out like a umbilical. Don't wanna risk the ouch of the ridicule.
It's so typical, the visual, I feel like the one. Yeah, I wake up every morning and thank God for my lungs. Cause I'm breathing so good, I know I don't have to run. When you're looking this good, no one can tell you to jump, to swim. Yeah, I'm trying to ride the wave, I'm trying to get me paid, I'm trying to move and shake, I'm trying to walk away. I swear my wrists are great, I'm getting used to change. These restless eyes of mine will sit in to my heart and sugar. In a jumbled life of glitter, dream hit concrete, mind all jook up. Tend to think in 1,000 thoughts, I'll put through north to the voice get bored. Endless stairs in a sinking door, I search for things I don't need no more. Baby, I'm typically every day, can't call it shady. I'm airing you.
EA Sports coverage in the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. First run now for Kyren Williams. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Hey! 260!
They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Now, we all know that an offense coordinator and a quarterback, they're aligned at the hip. But when you've got a runner who can get you that kind of yardage, that guy's invaluable.
Stafford. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Williams. No gain on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Back to throw. Stafford. Screen play set up for Williams. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here, a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Now it's Stafford. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 40. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40.
10, 10. Hey, 50. Look at that.
From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he's got room. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Here's Stafford. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens are going to get the football here at their own 23.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now first and 10 at their own 23. And with the play clock getting closer to 0, John Harbaugh is going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did that time for a loss.
Hey, middle.
Throwing is Jackson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And it is caught. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
And the Baltimore first down.
Here's Jackson. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. They're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
At the 48-yard line.
Report.
Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Walker.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely and pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
No, we change.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Owen.
Back to the ground now. It's Henry. Sheds off the tackle. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Derrick Henry. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. And he will get in to make it 8-0. And with a successful two-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
At their own 35-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Malachi Starks. And the Ravens force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
Intercepted. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Still 9 yards to go on second down from the 27.
Up 2nd and 9.
To throw is Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
They go play action with Jackson. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. The Ravens hit a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They'll try the right side with Henry. Derrick Henry all alone. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Ravens have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack. And they fail on the try for 2.
Ravens 14. Rams nothing.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now Stafford.
This one swung out to Williams. Down the left sideline. Inside the 20.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Kyren Williams his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Rams are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 102 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Called that a very strong gain of 24.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Powers throwing. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Jackson's going to keep it. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Quick strike out wide by Jackson. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens are able to add on to that lead. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 40-yard line.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, they'll spot it right in midfield at the 50.
A gain of 10 yards. And the Rams, first down.
From the 50 at Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air and defensively. They were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Blue 60, 21, 32. Hey, fly low.
Stafford now to throw. Stafford for the third time is intercepted. And the Ravens are going to have it here at their own 15.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Throw caught by Flowers. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's good for a Baltimore first down. 1st and 10.
Again, Jackson. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
It's 2nd and inches at the 36-yard line.
Jackson. That one into the hands of Hopkins downfield. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused because they had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Rams' 25-yard line.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion.
The Ravens will line up for the 2.
They'll try and throw for it. Jackson going to keep it. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more.
Ravens 30, Rams 7.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
The final shot before the break, Stafford. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. DeJounte Wester now to return it. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Jackson from the shotgun. This will go to Henry out wide. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 131 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
This is 2nd and 8. Jackson now. Now he's going to step up and run. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast.
He's got a man, complete. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great play there. 30 yards. And the Ravens are an extra point away from going up by 30. Jackson and the Ravens still on the field. They'll go for 2. They'll look to throw. Jackson going to keep it. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
I know we can sit up here and dance around it a little bit. But going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, that's not a good decision. He didn't get it there.
Yeah, I don't think you just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this moment. No.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Here's Stafford. Now he'll tuck this and run. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Stafford. It's caught here by Adams. Here's 3rd and 7.
A 3-yard gain on the play.
From the gun, here's Stafford. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
touchdown.
Throwing again at Stafford. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
Shedding the tackle. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 and the 15.
That's good.
156 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Hey, sit on!
A first down carry for Henry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
We're in Baltimore, 3rd quarter action, 2nd and 10.
And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Now Jackson.
They'll run the screen with Mitchell. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate. The field's pretty condensed. But that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick up a first down.
Jackson going to run.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson, a 4-yard touchdown scamper.
And the Ravens will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Here's Jackson.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Going to be taken in here by Nakua.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here's Stafford. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it and stopped him. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And this is going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. That is caught. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10.
They go back to the ground with Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Off the edge and right to the ball that time was Kyle Van Noy.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Throwing to Stafford.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Now it's Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there, and now 4th down. Well, up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They can continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
To throw again is Jackson.
That one into the hands of Flowers.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Zay Flowers,
37 yards.
And the Ravens are looking to run it to 5-1 on the season as they add to their 4th quarter lead.
Jackson here is going to look to throw. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini-losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. 63 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Stafford. The left side throw complete to Adams. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll make it 2nd down.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Up the middle, it's Williams. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
So after a run like that, I will guarantee that the head coach is saying to himself, maybe even over his headsets to the rest of the staff, where was that all game long? We needed that. That's the type of run we planned for going into the game. Didn't get much of that, but let's move it forward. Let's build on it, get ready for the next week, and let's go play.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
It's caught on the right side, Williams. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 28. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
One last throw here for Stafford. And that will be caught, but out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here. This game, it was well in hand early, never really in doubt. Charles, you and I